Genesis chapter 1, the account of creation. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was empty, a formless mass, cloaked in darkness, and the Spirit of God was hovering over its surface. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw that it was good. Then he separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day and the darkness night. Together, these made up one day. Okay, so a lot to break down within those first 5 verses. But before we do, I'm going to give you 5 words that in this section of the breakdown, we're going to go over. So go ahead and make a mental note of those, or just write them down. Word number 1 is theory. Word number 2, fiat. F-I-A-T, just like the car. Word 3, omnipotence. 4, omniscience. And 5, omnipresence. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into a little more detail now. So in verse 2 it says, "The earth was empty, a formless mass, cloaked in darkness, and God's Spirit was hovering over its surface." Okay, so this debunks all other theories on how the world or the universe came to be. And there's that word, theories. So what is a theory? Essentially, it's an educated guess by a person or a group that's based on some facts. Using these said facts, the person or group will attempt to make their opinion your opinion. But the problem with theories are, if it's still a theory, then it's unproven. So until a theory becomes an actual fact, it's just that, a theory and unproven. The most common theory, or I should say the most popular theory that we have, and that most of us have probably heard of, is the Big Bang. So the Big Bang, ironically, was started by a Roman Catholic priest back in 1927. The idea was the universe started as a single point, then expanded, and is still expanding now. Okay, so how did God create the earth? Literally, how did he create the earth? Well, that's where our second word, fiat, comes into play. Fiat is spoken creation that is created without effort simultaneously. Okay, so what that means is God spoke and it was done, and it was good. We'll come back to that though, because in order for you to understand truly what fiat or spoken creation is, you have to understand what God is. And that's going to lead us into our final 3 words, starting with all-powerful. God performs all works effortlessly, without a need to recharge, and without a need of trial and error. It is perfect from the first time that he speaks it. This is called omnipotence. Secondly, God is all knowledge. Knowledge of yesterday, today, tomorrow, all past, all future. This is called omniscience. And finally, God is always present, anywhere and everywhere, all at once. This is omnipresence. Does fiat make a little more sense now? Last part of this first part of the breakdown, I want to read verses 4 and 5 for you. Then he separated the light from the darkness. He called the light day and the darkness night. Together, these made up one day. So God separates day from night, but has not yet created the sun, stars, or the moon, and does not do so until day 4. So on day 1, God is still working miraculously to keep both the light and dark separate from one another.